Good evening, fellow time travelers. I don't see anybody yet, but oh, there you are. Hey, Joe. I thought tonight I'd do some songs related to trains. First song, let me readjust this mic, get everything all copacetic. The first song I'm going to play tonight was one that's a traditional song. And it's really a song about a true train. It's a train, a midnight special that would leave, would run by Parchment Prison and get there in the morning. Well, I guess it wasn't even, let me see what prison it was. The Mississippi State Prison, yes, also known as the Parchment Farm. And Parchment Farm had many, many acres of land where they worked these folks, as prisoners, and the story of the train is the train would come and bring them visitors and bring them gifts and bring them even conjugal visits. And it was also a sign, hi David, how you doing, my friend? It was also a sign that sometimes they would come to get freed. And so shining the light on them was a sign of hope. First recording of it was by a fellow named Huddie Ledbetter, better known as Leadbelly. And it was recorded by several other people as well. I've been most influenced by the recording by the Creedence Clearwater Revival in 1969. You wake up in the morning, hear the work bell ring, they march you to the table, you see the same damn thing. No food on the table, ain't no fork up in the pan. But if you better not complain, you'll get in trouble with the man. Well, let that midnight special shine its light on me. Let that midnight special shine its light on me. Let that midnight special shine its light on me. That midnight special shine its ever-loving light on me. Yonder comes Miss Rosie. Well, how would you know? By the way that she wears her apron and the clothes that she wears. Umbrella on her shoulder, piece of paper in her hand. Gonna see the governor, try to free her man. Let the midnight special shine its light on me. Let that midnight special shine its light on me. Let that midnight special shine its light on me. Let that midnight special shine its ever-loving light on me. If you're ever in Houston, you better do right. You better not gamble. You better not bite. The sheriff, he will grab you. The boys will bring you down. The next thing you know, boy, oh, you're penitentiary bound. But the midnight special shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its evil light on me. Let the midnight special shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its evil loving light on me. The midnight special shine its light on me. The midnight special shine its light on me. Shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its ever loving light on me. Thank you so much. The next song I'm picking tonight is a song that's been, well, it was written initially by a young lady named Elizabeth Cotten, also known as Libby Cotten. And she wrote this sometime between 1906 and 1912. And the reason I say that it was sometime is because this song was appropriated by someone else. Was stolen from her. Somebody else took credit, recorded it, tried to sell it. But it just so happens that Elizabeth Cotten was at one time the nanny for Pete Seeger. And while Pete Seeger's fame and notoriety, his family was able to put enough pressure on this person that Elizabeth Cotten got the rights to this song back. Now, Elizabeth apparently grew up in an area near the tracks where the trains were often going by. Freight train, run so fast. Freight train, run so fast. Please don't tell what train I'm on, and they won't know which way I've gone. When I'm dead and in my grave, no more good times will I crave. Place the stones at my head and at my feet. Tell me with that I've gone to sleep. When I die, Lord, bury me deep, way down on Old Chestnut Street. Place the stone at my so I can hear old number 9. Ever she goes rolling by. When I die, oh Lord, bury me deep, down at the end of Old Chestnut Street. Place a stone at my head and at my feet. Tell them that I'm gone to sleep. Freight train, run so fast. Freight train, run so fast. Please don't tell what train I'm on. They won't know which way I've gone. I said, now, please don't tell what train I'm on. They won't know which way I've gone. Thank you so much again. And yes, Michelle, I know that you're clapping for me. You're clapping or flapping or jumping up and down or screaming or hollering or something of that nature. I know that to be a fact. I have a whole bunch of covers of that song. I'm going to put them away. Now this is another song that was appropriated. And, well, amongst other people who appropriated this song was Elvis Presley. It's a song written by in 1953, I think it says here, by Sam Phillips and Junior Parker. Junior Parker wrote a lot of songs, but this was not credited to him for a while and seems to be now. Can you just hear that whistle? Train I ride, 16 coaches long. Train I ride, 16 coaches long. Now that long black train took my baby, now she gone. Train, running down the track. Oh, train, running down the track. Train took away my baby, now it won't be coming back. Oh, train, rolling round the bend. Oh, train, rolling round the bend. Took away my baby, now I won't be back again. Train I ride, 16 coaches long. Train I ride, 16 coaches long. Take away my baby, now she gone. The next song was written by Well, it was written in 1953 and was inspired by a movie called Inside the Walls of Folsom Prison that was released in 1951. And Johnny Cash happened to watch that movie while serving in West Germany in the Air Force. And that inspired him. And so a few years later, he had a chance to play the song at Folsom Prison. Now, there's a couple things in here where Johnny takes a little poetic license. Folsom Prison was in California, and Reno is not. And so, if he shot a man in Reno, why would he be in a prison in Folsom? Well, in California, well, Johnny was asked that question, and his answer was poetic license. I hear that train coming, rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. Stuck in Folsom Prison, the time keeps rolling by. I hear that whistle blowing, hang my head and cry. When I was just a young boy, my mama told me, son, don't ever play with guns. Shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. There's probably rich folks dining in that fancy dining car, probably drinking whiskey and smoking fine cigars. Know I had to come, I know I can't be free, but I hear that whistle blowing, that's what's torturing me. They freed me from this prison if that railroad train was mine. Probably move it over a little further down the line. Far from Folsom Prison, it's where I want to be. I hear that lonesome whistle. I hear that train coming, rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine, I don't know where. Thank you, folks. Appreciate it. Pardon my cough here. Hang on a second. Had to find the beverage that is keeping me from drying right out this afternoon. It's so glad to see who's here today. Paul, good to see you. Jen, Janet, Joe. I know I saw Frankie in there somewhere. And I hope that more of you get a chance to share this later. Yeah. So the next song, kind of, the first published version of this song was in 1894. So finally, a song that's older than me. Isn't that amazing? And it's also considered to be a traditional song, and often is in the folk music catalog. It's also, I think most of us have sung it at some point or another. Sing along once you figure out what it is. Well, I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Can't you hear the captain shouting? Rise up so early in the morning. Can't you hear the captain shouting? Dinah, blow your horn. Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. In the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah, strumming on the old banjo, singing "Fee-fi, fiddly-I-O, fee-fi, fiddly-I-O, fee-fi, fiddly-I-O," strumming on the old banjo. Just a short one. The next song that I have on my list today, got it here in front of me. Not because I need all the lyrics, but because it's nice to have them, and to reassure myself that I don't forget anything important. So this one has got it. Well, actually, this one was really probably written initially as a bluegrass tune. It's credited to Lester Flatt, Earl Scruggs, and their band. Let me get it right. The Foggy Mountain Boys. And it's also a traditional, but it was released in 1951 by Flatt Scruggs. It's probably based on a traditional. Now, this song, I hear, I do it in a number of different ways and formats. And I'll try not to, I'm not going to do it in a bluegrass style because I'm not bluegrass. Ain't gonna work on that railroad. Ain't gonna work on that farm. Gonna lay around that shack till that mail train comes back. Gonna roll my sweet baby's arms. I'm gonna roll in my sweet baby's arms. Rolling my sweet, sweet baby's arms. Gonna lay around that shack till that mail train comes back. Gonna roll my sweet baby's arms. Well, my mama was a gingerbread baker. My sister could weave and she could spell. My daddy was interested in old cotton milk, just waiting for that money to roll there. I'm gonna roll in my sweet baby's arms. Roll in my sweet, sweet baby's arms. Gonna lay around that shack till that mail train comes back. Roll my sweet baby's arms. Well, I don't know what's the matter with my own love. She done with right and I wonder if she thinks that I don't love her like I used to. Isn't that the most foolish idea? I'm gonna roll in my sweet baby's arms. Roll in my sweet, sweet baby's arms. Gonna lay around that shack till the mail train comes back. Roll my sweet baby's arms. Just a moment of sensitivity for all of you. I don't sing about any female trains because they're just not in this song. Sometimes there's a change in the ocean. Sometimes there's a change in the sea. Sometimes there's a change in my own love. Never ever no changing with me. baby's house. Gonna lay around the shack when the mail train go with my sweet baby. Well, I wonder where you were last Friday night. You know I wound up there. Wonder if you were out running with another man. Wouldn't even be there to go my way. I'm expecting more part harmony. I know I'll get it. Gonna go in my sweet baby's arms. Roll in my sweet baby's arms. Gonna lay around that shack till that bell train comes. Oh, my sweet baby. Lay around that shack till the mail train comes back. Gonna roll my sweet baby's arms. I gotta leave time for at least part of the next song. And this is, thanks everybody, I appreciate it. Your cheers are overwhelming. One more song I'd like to do. This is a song written by Robert Johnson. And it's from 1936. And it refers to a real railroad line called the Gulfport Island Road in here, but it was the Gulf part. It was a Gulf and Ship Island Railroad linked from Ship Island, Mississippi, to Gulfport. And it went by, well, the connection here is that this song talks about a time right after the Civil War where prisoners were leased out. And prisoners were the ones who built this railroad. And they weren't treated very well. They were prisoners, after all. And they were rented out to former slave owners. And so you can imagine that those who were black were treated a little bit more poorly. So I'm going to go ahead and play this song, and I'm going to play it until I'm done. And I encourage whoever next to come on at their time, because this might just go over. It's the last third deal going down. Last third deal going down. Last third deal going down. Good Lord, on that Gulfport Island road. Adabelle, don't you cry this time. Adabelle, don't you cry this time. If you cry about a nickel, you'll die about a dime. I wouldn't cry with the money, it ain't mine. My captain's so mean on me. My captain's so mean on me. My captain's so mean on me. Lord, Lord, on that Gulfport Island road. Working my way back home. Working my way back home. Working my way back home. Good Lord, on that Gulfport Island road. Last third deal going down. Last third deal going down. So last third deal going down, good Lord, on that Gulfport Island road. On that Gulfport Island road. The Gulfport Island road. I thank you all. I'd like to wish you a good night, peace, love, and someday we'll be together again. Love you.